Hello everyone, and welcome to the Family That Games Together starring D&D Grandma Podcast, Episode 18, A House Divided, where the heroes of Whitebridge begin to question everything they thought they knew and who it is they can truly trust in the wake of this attack by the Bone Chewers. These next few episodes really make me very proud of my family and how far they've come as role players, because they feature some of the best, most in-depth layered role-playing the family has ever done, and I really am excited for you to hear it. It goes to some very cool places, some really dramatic stuff happens, and I couldn't be prouder of them. If you couldn't hear from my voice, I'm currently fighting off a cold, so announcements are going to be very short. You know where to find us, you know about our Patreon, you know about our Twitter, so I'm not going to waste any more time on that. I do want to give a quick shout out to this week's community shout out, the Nerd Asylum. Longtime friends of our podcast, great people run it. It's a collection of like-minded geeks like us who just want to connect with as many members of the community as they can. They are actually the organizers of Dralicon, which we were at last July, and we're going to be going out there to Dralicon in Fort Wayne, Indiana this June, which you can find out all about at dralicon.com or on Twitter at Dralicon. And if you're interested in learning more about the Nerd Asylum and connecting with them, you can find them on Twitter at The Nerd Asylum on Facebook, thenerdasylum.com, and they even have a Twitch channel, which is The Nerd Asylum, but with underscores in between The Nerd and Nerd Asylum. So check them out. They are really, I can't say enough good things about these people. They're just wonderful, and they just want to meet and connect with as many members of the community as they can. So with that, before I run out of steam, I'm going to stop and let you enjoy the episode. Okay, so we've got two things going on. Sashim and Sariel on their way back into Crow Manor, while Ember, Nulara, Tor, and Umbra are on their way to Rowena's shop. Okay. Correct? Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. Let's start with Sashim and Sariel on their way back to Crow Manor. There is the mood has shifted in the aviary and the city guard. Like, there is a little bit of relief, but there's not like that cheering, like, yeah, we beat them back type thing, but it is a little bit just like relief, getting their bearings. Everyone all right? You know, sort of assessing the damage, who got hit, who's down, and all that stuff. Pretty much all of the fighters are out front. Adric Orcsbane is there. Your father and your husband are both there, Sariel. Covered in, they've each taken damage. Their weapons are covered in blood, like they were in the midst of things. Adric Orcsbane has his axe out, blood dripping from it.
But alive.
They're all three are alive. All three have taken damage, but they are all okay. There have been casualties amongst the aviary and amongst the city guard, but for now, the Crow Manor has held.
Okay, so are we there where we're close enough to Orcsbane?
I'll say you're making your way up the courtyard, and as the aviary and the city guard are regrouping back at the house, you're making your way up the courtyard toward the house, yes.
Okay, because when we get there, I want to talk to Orcsbane and find out, when did it start? How many are they coming back?
How many we know as much as you do, just what we saw.
Where did they come from? Did they come out of? Did they come by boat? Did they walk here? Did they have horses?
Honestly, 1 minute the courtyard was empty, and it felt like in the blink of an eye they were up on us.
Almost like magic poof, and they appeared?
It felt that way almost. Like just 1 minute they were there, and we turned around, and they were over the walls.
Sariel goes over to Samuel, and she kind of puts her arms around his neck like she's going in to hug him. She gives him a kiss on the cheek, and she holds there and goes right by his ear. So, like, to anybody looking, it just looks like we're embracing. But I whisper in his ear, I don't trust anyone, and we need to talk about this. There's a breach.
He has a weapon in each hand. He has a dagger in one hand and a rapier in the other. So he doesn't fully return it, but he holds you in with the rapier hand and just sort of like lets the blade rest out as he enfolds you with the one hand. Yes, I agree. I think we need to speak. I'm not sure who we can trust either.
And then she really kisses him again, and then goes over to her father. Are you okay? Are you hurt badly? Let's get in the house. Let's fix you up.
Yes, let's get back inside.
And she takes Fergus's arm and she goes back into Crow Manor.
Okay.
And I'll be with her.
That's fine. Does Samwell and Orcsbane hang back until everyone's inside?
Mm-hmm.
I want to message Sashim.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And just say, be careful of who you speak to. I don't know who we can trust.
Message received. I'm on the same... I can't message back, but in my head,
Yes, you
I
can.
feel the same way.
You can message back.
I can message
You
back.
can answer it. You can't keep doing it. She has to keep casting it, but you can respond.
Oh, okay, I can
It's a
respond.
call and answer. That's it.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
I agree 100% with what you're saying.
Once everyone is inside, Orcsbane just yells out, "Lockdown!" And guards are going to their posts, and now it's a serious lockdown has been placed on the house. Some of the lower level city guard and even the aviary has their own clerics. No one can do what Nulara does, but there are some lower level healers. So, people are being patched up, there's spells being casted, just to kind of get, everyone back up to speed a little bit. What immediate, before I jump back to this other group, where immediately are you heading inside the house?
Well, I'll go up to Sariel and kind of whisper, is there some sort of safe room?
Would I know that?
Yeah, you would know that there's basically like an underground compound that like runs the length of almost the entire estate.
Okay, so I'll relay that information to Sashim.
Right.
I'm actually going to pass my father off to Sashim, and I'm going to go upstairs to the one archer
Okay.
who was basically sleeping on the job,
Mm-hmm.
and look at him and just say, what happened?
And we'll break there.
Okay.
Umbra, Tor, Ember, Nulara, on your way to Rowena's.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How does the city look right now?
Very chaotic. As you look around, you don't actually see any of the bone chewers anywhere. It's almost as if they went over the walls and just kind of melted away. You don't see them. You don't see cloaks disappearing anywhere. You don't see anyone hiding. It's just almost like they vanished.
No one that you could question.
And the city is very chaotic. Like, people are now, the fighting has stopped. Everyone is kind of coming out to Rubberneck at Crow Manor, like, what the hell is going on over there? But it's a lot of chaos, a lot of hustle and bustle. People don't quite know what to do.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get to Rowena's as soon as possible.
Okay.
Heading directly there.
So the four of you are double timing it to Rowena's.
I think I'd like to go into the city.
You're in the city.
I mean, where they are, by Crow Manor.
You said you were going to go with them to Rowena's.
Yes, I did. What I'm saying is, they're trying to, there's a lot of people that are wounded and hurt, and I was wondering if I could go and help cure them.
Do you want to retcon it and say that you stayed?
I have to go back, because I'm on my way with you guys to Rome.
So do you want to change that and say you're going to stay?
Right,
Okay.
right.
Okay, no
Yeah.
problem. As you all
Okay.
begin to set out, Nulara just kind of stops.
I changed my mind.
I'll catch up with you later. And she makes her way over to some of the people who might have gotten hurt
Right.
and begins cure wounds here, healer's
Curing
kit
and
there.
calming and blessing and on and on.
Okay.
Okay. And Nulara is doing what Nulara does. So Tor, Ember, and Umbra.
Yes.
You make your way over to Rowena's, you get to the shop, and outside looks fine.
Outside looks okay.
Yeah. Door opens, but a crack, and you see a scarred dwarven face.
I'm gonna message. It's me.
Is it all clear?
I see no cloaks. Can you let us in? We'll explain.
The door opens, the three of you go in, and they close the door behind you immediately.
I'm gonna absolutely explain, about Crow Manor, what we saw, the fact that they all tried to escape past the wall, and that we see none of them in the city in the short time we came back and forth. I think what's really scaring us is that this was under siege, and almost, I don't know what their intention was to put that house under siege. Were they looking to get somebody or distract us? I don't know. But I think maybe, I don't know if that's the safest place for you. What do you think?
Who are you saying that to the guards or to Shedrick?
Shedrick, really.
Well, if that's where my people are holed up, that's where I should be. Don't you think so?
Yes, we
I
need to
wouldn't want
find...
the mayor should not be cowering in the shadows if his people are in danger. He should be with his people.
Okay. tarps or cloaks in the shop, in Rowena's shop?
Oh, there's all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
All right,
there's-
I'm gonna say let's disguise you and the other members of the council. Let's disguise all of our likenesses, and we'll try to walk through the city quickly but quietly.
Do you have Pass Without Trace?
No, but none of us do.
No, do we have to go on the streets? I mean, I know that from Rowena's we can go down into the sewers, and I think that doesn't that connect to Crow Manor? It connected to our underground lair, and it connected to Crow Manor, right?
You would know ways to do that, yes.
Yeah.
You specifically, Umbra, would know ways to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good.
I think we can go
My
underground to get them
only
there.
concern is I don't want anyone to know about our underground lair.
Not even these guys?
I don't want anyone. We don't know what the hell's going on.
But we're gonna leave them at Crow Manor because we think it's safe there, even though we know they've attacked there.
I don't know any other place to put them.
Okay.
Let's at least get them to Crow Manor, regroup with the rest of the team, and talk.
So is that what's happening?
Yeah, so if Umbra can lead us through the sewer system, we can at least get to Crow Manor
Okay.
without being on the streets.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
That's easy enough. And Umbra, you would know a way that there's a way to come up from the sewer network that's actually inside the grounds of Crow Manor. So you would know a way to do that, so you don't have to be on the street and work your way around the perimeter. It actually comes out inside the perimeter.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. And you're able to do that. It takes a little while, but you get them down in the sewers, making your way through the network. Not all of the sewers are cleaned out, so you have to deal with a little at certain points. But you make your way up into the Crow Manor estate, and Umbra would know all the necessary passwords or secret handshakes to be able to get in the house without any questions.
So now we've arrived with the council.
Yes. You have arrived in New Lara. You were let back in the house. You got there before the three of them did with the group. And you just sort of see the same thing going on. Lower level clerics just kind of trying to calm everyone. I'll say maybe getting to Rowena's, making your way through the... I'm going to say about 2 hours has passed at this point. So, when you all arrive, where is everybody 2 hours later?
I want to say to Shedrick as we arrive, we need to have a council meeting immediately.
Okay.
Like, only primary people can be in that room.
Okay.
Well, I'm with Sariel's father.
Okay.
He's just talking to him and saying the same thing. We should be very leery of our next move. Oh,
Okay. So we got that.
yeah.
I'm upstairs with an archer.
Oh, that's right. Okay, we're going to pick right back up there.
Mm.
What happened with what?
Don't. You just saw this home under siege. The home that my husband has entrusted you to protect. What happened?
They just came out of nowhere. What do you mean what happened?
Your sole job and purpose was to look out that window and make sure that no one went on this grounds. Why is it that I had to call you into service? Why were you not? Who? What happened?
I honestly don't know. I couldn't see.
What do you mean you couldn't see? You were blind?
I can't. I don't know. I didn't see them.
Roll insight.
What?
19.
You're not sensing any deception.
I want to cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay. His surface thoughts are fear for his position, fear and embarrassment that he failed, and fear that he doesn't think you're going to believe him.
Okay. So, I'm getting off of him that he truly does not know what happened, that he thinks they appeared out of nowhere. So no one, getting back into character, no one came to speak to you. No one took you off course. No one took you off duty.
No, I was here at my post. I can't explain it. I just didn't see it.
You didn't see it. I need you to look more closely.
I'll do my best, Lady Tremaine.
That's Lady Crow.
And you can see him almost go like to himself.
And kind of like with a big flourish, she walks away.
Okay.
Yes, like big hair flip, like tunic spinning out. Like this isn't the end, but
It's like Scarlett O'Hara.
pretty much, yes.
Okay. Back to you. You were talking to her father, right?
Right. What did you see? What happened?
I was deeper in the house. I didn't realize what happened until I heard the explosions. Once I realized what was going on, I grabbed my weapon and went to work.
Do you remember what general direction these explosions, where these things came from?
So what you saw, they were trying to get inside the house.
But only one direction. We didn't seem to be surrounded on all sides, right?
No, it appeared
So
it was
there-
a full frontal assault.
Well, you wouldn't know what more, what other damage has been done to the city at this point.
No, we've been inside the compound.
Would the aviary know anything more?
They're the ones that brought this to our doorstep. I grow tired of this.
Why do you say that?
This, in the shadows, jockeying for power. It was only a matter of time before a rival gang made a play.
Oh no.
How long do you think this has been going on, this jockeying for power?
I'm not the one to ask that question.
Oh
But sir, tell me true. Who should I be talking to?
Well, you're gonna have to get in line. Because I'm gonna have words with him first. And with that, Fergus Tremaine gets up from his seat and makes his way.
And I'm gonna follow him.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow him. I want to see where this goes.
You're upstairs with the guard.
Right, but I turned and I'm walking down the stairs.
She
Am
turned
I-
her head with a flourish.
With a flourish.
With a flourish.
She
Of
left.
course.
I'm
Okay.
walking down the staircase. Do I see him going anywhere?
Before we continue there,
Okay.
Umbra, Nulara, Ember, Tor. Anything you folks want to do? Well, you already said we should call a council meeting talking to Shedrick, correct?
I want to talk to Lara completely separately.
To Nulara.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't need anybody around. I want to talk to her just alone.
Okay. Tor, Umbra, anything you want to do?
Well, I'm at 59. Can I take one of my potions? And
If you want to.
Roll your dice too.
You could also take a short rest and roll your hit dice. You could do that too.
All right. Can I do
And
Sure.
then you save your spell.
that? Okay.
You can roll a d12 plus your constitution modifier for as many hit dice as you have, which right now is 10. So you could do that up to 10 times or until you're full, or however many you want. Your call.
I'm going to kind of make a little deception thing and say, Lara, I think something's really bugging my shoulder. Can you take a look at it? And I want to, I want to, take off my thing, so can we meet in the bathroom?
Plus Constitution.
Plus your constitution
That'll be
modifier.
9.
9, okay, so you heal 9. You can keep doing that for as many hit dice as you have.
And you said 10, right?
You have 10, yeah.
So it's 9,
Umber, what do you want to do?
5,
I don't really have anything to do.
14.
Okay.
Yeah.
I rolled 4 times, so I'm back. I'm up to 74. So.
Okay.
Okay, so you use 4 hit dice.
Yeah.
So let's make a note of that. Then you're down to 6 hit dice.
6 hit dice. Oh, I got you.
Right.
Hit dice.
Yep.
Yeah. 10. Okay.
Okay,
6.
so that's
Thank
good.
you.
And Umbra, you said there's really nothing?
No, I mean I'm just gonna patrol and keep an eye out. I just want to keep looking out the windows.
Okay. And you just join the sentries.
Yeah.
The windows taking post. You relieve a few of the other guards for their posts. They'll circle out like if someone needs a break, and you'll take a turn on the perch. Ember and Nulara.
If we can step into a private area, I actually do want you to look at my shoulder. I'm gonna kind of pull my outfit down because I got shot in my shoulder. Can you look
If
at
I was
it?
around, I would have slapped her and say, really? That's
I got
on the
shot
shoulder."
for about 10, 15 times.
I got a red bullet in my shoulder, man.
You tell them to her.
Stop poking at it. Get the lead out.
Get the lead out.
She got shot in her shoulder.
Just stick your finger in there.
You want me to get the bullet?
Yes, please.
Okay, let me get all my instruments.
Okay. Anyway, so no, what I really want to talk to you about is none of you are here.
I know, I get it.
But I'm listening.
Not here? Oh, Kristen is listening.
Kristen is
Oh, okay.
listening.
I don't know who I can trust, even within our own group. Umbra is loyal to Sam. Sariel is loyal to Sam and her father. If Sam is evil, then who can we trust?
Tor is.
Tor and Sashim, yes, that's true.
All they
But-
want to do is fight.
But
so
what
they're
if it's
not loyal
Adric?
to anybody.
Adric
What's
is the
wrong with
one. Adric is the one who had those guards stationed, right?
Mhm.
So, how did he not know that those guards were gonna not see somebody coming dropping off dead bodies?
Okay.
So if
maybe-
Adric is evil, then Sashim and Tor could be in on it. I don't know what is happening.
What is your
She's playing her
Resent
character.
that.
What?
She's
What
playing
is
her character.
your suggestion?
Zone of truth. I think that if we go in and we have a council meeting, that you should cast a spell that makes sure that everyone is truthful. I don't know if we can do it today. You might need to prepare it tomorrow morning.
Okay.
But I know of a spell that you can use.
Even if Mom doesn't, New Laura would know. It's a spell that it basically casts like a talking circle, and anyone in it cannot lie. So New Laura would know.
Yeah.
Even if
Okay.
Mom doesn't.
Yeah. So I feel like that could clear the air. I don't want to. I don't like the feeling of the mistrust that I have. I feel like you're the only one that I can trust.
I feel the same way. I feel like I never thought of our group. That I'm going to tell you the truth. I never, in my mind, I never have any doubts about them. But you have opened up that door.
And for all I know, they could be thinking the same thing about me because of Steven. If they think,
Then
Steven is evil, I could be
need
evil.
to do it. Then I need to do it.
And I think
So.
that we should all clear the air
Okay.
with each other and make sure that all of us have honest and good intentions.
That we're telling the truth. That we're not part of. Okay.
Does that make
That's
sense?
fine. Yes.
Okay. Like trust circle. Like
What
pass
do we
the
do?
wand.
What's the first step?
I think I don't want to lie to anybody in the group because I know I could be just as guilty as them, and I think that we should all have a conversation, just us, privately, and clear that air. And then I think that we should also offer our services for the city council, for the council meeting, for that truth to be out. We should offer it to them. Does that make
Sure.
sense?
Yeah, it does.
All right. Did you get the bullet out of my shoulder yet?
She got
Yeah,
the
it's out.
Oh my
Baby.
God.
What?
It hurt when it went in, man.
It's out.
Did you put a nice little pink
Oh.
Band-Aid on it?
I put a nice little
She
band-aid.
put a Mickey Mouse Band-Aid on.
Okay, so
No,
that made
not
it
Mickey Mouse. I want Sophia.
Okay. As this conversation ends, the two of you hear a commotion outside the door. Tor, as you're sitting down, just sort of getting your short rest going and taking your deep breath and recovering, you see in front of you and Umbra sitting at the perch that you're in right now across the parlor from this. You see over your shoulder. And Sashim, as you're chasing Fergus into this room,
Yes.
all of you turn just in time to see him walk into the room and punch Sam Wellcrow dead in the face.
Oh, yes!
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes!
Do I see this?
You hear it because you're upstairs, and you can hear a commotion coming down the stairs.
Am I there? Do I hear anything?
As you come out the door, first off, Tor, Sashim, Umbra, what are your immediate reactions?
The shot.
Yeah,
I
Tor,
thought I was-
Tor just sits there and says, Samuel goes flying.
Cool.
I'm just like this, hand over mouth, like, oh shit.
Okay.
I don't know what her reaction would be.
Get out the popcorn.
I don't know. That's her boss.
Yeah, that's like, I think I'd stand there, but like my hand would like immediately go to my katana, like what's going on?
Okay,
Yeah.
fair.
Okay, that's
Fair.
good.
Within seconds, Adric Orcsbane jumps in immediately and tries to like
Separate them.
pulls Fergus off. He gets shoved by an aviary member. Another city guard pulls that aviary member, and this is starting to escalate
God, there's a
a
brawl.
little bit.
Oh boy.
This is when the two of you would come out, New Laura and Ember. This is when you would come out of your room, or if you were, you hear the commotion, and if you open the door, this is what you would see.
Okay, I think my first reaction, okay, like my father just punched and some more. I would just probably like try to go back to Fergus Tremaine and just like kind of like put an arm
Okay.
like to push him back. I see Tor. I want Tor to come so we can like kind of protect him and not have him get into any more trouble.
Yeah.
Okay.
No more punches being thrown.
That will. You alone, I was actually going to have you make a strength check because Fergus was pretty tuned up.
Okay.
But if Tor gets up and helps you, between the two of you, you're able to restrain him back.
yeah. Just so he
And you're
doesn't-
also caught in the middle. Like, I'm not going to have you take any damage, but there's a couple of stray shots that you take from, like, aviary members, city guard.
Oh boy. Okay.
And right about now,
Wimpy man.
Sariel is when you would enter the room.
So I'm just like kind of, and I'm like looking at it, and tell me if I did like a prestidigitation like shower of sparks, and I just like scream, stop!
I want to take my mage hand out and I want to slap Samuel.
He's still on the ground. Like, he's still sitting
Why
there.
would
Like,
you slap him? He's on the ground.
I don't know. I just thought it would be fun.
the fuck? Okay.
Do they stop?
There's a momentary, like
Break.
they all kind of freeze in position for a second.
Okay, kind of the way that I picture this is that Sariel starts storming in and like kind of parting the seas as she comes in, obviously
I can see
fired
that.
up,
I can see that.
Oh,
and just
Dumbledore.
what the hell happens?
Fergus points right at Samuel on the ground and goes, "This is on him. He brought the enemy to our doorstep.
What happened to him, Father?
I hit him, as you should have been hit."
You hit your son-in-law.
No, boy.
I will talk to you in just a minute, and I look over at Samuel. How did they get here?
Who's they?
The Bone Chewers, asshole.
Oh,
The fuck should I know?
This is a character. I'm
Shouldn't
so
you
excited.
know everything that's going on in this city?
Well, clearly I have some cleaning up to do. Certain things appear to have gotten by me. Sorry, I'm not omnipotent.
Well, maybe just like competence would have been nice.
Well, that was a bit unnecessary. And he just keeps nursing like the you can see there's the side of his lip has been split a little, and he just keeps nursing that as you're talking.
She goes over to him and she punches him in the face.
Holy.
Guys, I'm so fucking excited. I'm in character right now, and I'm so fucking excited.
I've just got my
Alright.
mouth open. We're shocked.
Yeah.
All right, we'll
Lots
let that go.
happening.
Apparently, you felt I deserved that, and perhaps I did.
You deserve that, and you deserve so much more. But right now, I need to figure out, obviously, what's going on here because you haven't been able to do it. And you, she looks over at her father, stay out of it. She walks out.
New Lara, go talk to her.
She walks out of the room, heels clip-clapping all along the
I
way,
see this happening.
and she goes up to her bedroom.
As you're going up the stairs, and all of you hear it clearly because there is dead silence in the parlor right now. There is a crisp, not like the thumping you heard yesterday morning when they dropped Wendell, but there is a clean, crisp 3 knocks on the front door.
Do I stop at the door?
Your call. You're halfway up the stairs, but you do hear it. It is your call what you want to do, what any of you want to do.
I run back down the stairs, right beer in hand.
Okay.
I'll go with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Definitely.
You keep an eye on her father.
Yes.
Okay.
I go to the door.
With her.
Okay, you're opening the door?
No, I yell through it. Who's there?
I was sent for.
And your name?
And who am I talking to?
You're talking to Lady Sariel Crow. Now, what is your name?
Lady, that means nothing to me. Open the goddamn door.
Well, who's standing on the other side of this goddamn door? You tell me your fucking name.
Sam,
Pesci.
Sam, you in there? What the fuck is this?
I take out my sword. I'm getting annoyed.
Okay.
I just look over at Sashim. I'm just like, I'm ready to fuck him up.
If you don't, I will.
All right. She takes out Legend Keeper and she like kicks open the door.
Okay, you see a human man, very short and hunched over. With the hunch and with his short stature, he's barely taller than a halfling. Older, very frumpy clothing. He has gray hair that looks kind of like Art Garfunkel-y. And giant spectacles that like project his eyes to be like 4 times the size. And he's holding a doctor bag.
I hold Legend Keeper to his neck.
Will you get that thing out of my face? I was sent for. I'm here to patch up the sparrow.
What's the password?
He gives it to you. Who am I talking to? What is this shit? Sam!
Watch
Stop
it.
calling for my husband. You are speaking to his wife.
Okay, yes. Okay, wife of the boss. I'm not here for you. I'm here for the boss. And at this point, Samuel enters.
I still have Legend Keeper to his neck. It would do you well to have some respect.
I'll have lots of respect after you let me do my job, sweetheart.
I'm all about it.
And
I'm still eating my
he actually
popcorn.
just takes his finger and moves. I'll have respect after you let me do my job. All right, Sam, where is he? And Sam
Eldritch Blast. Fuck you. No.
Ouch.
counterspell.
Oh.
You can counterspell his counterspell.
Counterspell.
Okay, roll an attack with Eldritch Blast.
Oh, snap.
Thank you.
Wow.
17 plus 9.
Actually, wait a minute. Hold on.
I'm still at the door going, what?
Samuel counterspells your counterspell.
What the hell?
Oh my goodness.
And there's a brief flash of anger when he counters you, and then he turns to the door, and the aloof, happy doctor is back. Owl, it's good to see you. When you hear that, Umbra, you know the aviary's the codename Owl is like the aviary medic.
Oh,
He's the
okay.
one that gets called in when there's like a severe injury.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to see you too, Crow. Now, where is he? Take me to the Sparrow.
More incompetence in the house.
Yeah, okay. Well, nobody's perfect, sweetheart, all right?
Oh, it's
I want-
for Wendell because he's missing his hand.
I want to just take the opportunity just to look outside the door, make sure everything's... Nobody was with him.
Looks clear.
It looks clear
Looks clear.
before I lock
Yeah.
up again.
And Samuel just puts his arm around the guy's shoulder, and they walk down into the room where Wendell is being kept.
Okay.
Now remember, I'm not to be disturbed. And he closes the door.
Sariel looks at Sashim. I'm fucking pissed.
I'm gonna walk up to Sariel
I
and
don't blame
Sashim.
you either. It's one more person in this house.
Before I was like, before you ever come up to me, I'm gonna say that I look at Sashim and I send message again. I don't think I can trust anyone in this house but you.
They have the
Start
same
with,
idea.
I haven't answered. We need somehow with our group
I'm gonna
to be alone.
I'm gonna cast message before we get together with the whole group. I want to just talk to you and I want to get your thoughts on it from a military perspective.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say that Sashim and Sariel go into her master bedroom and just debrief and talk.
Okay. I'm trying to think from a military perspective. What particularly, like tactics?
I'm gonna talk to her about what the archer said. And given, I mean, my thought is Sariel has been casting a very long time, and she would kind of have the idea that this guy was put under some sort, or at least have an inkling that he was put under some sort of spell, and that maybe that's why he doesn't remember anything. I want to like relay the information from the archer to her, what he said to me.
Was there only one archer in the house?
No, they were at all windows, but that is the one that I had to rouse in order to shoot at the people that were at the doors. Why wasn't he watching the door from the very he was supposed to be perched up there? That was his whole entire job.
No, understood. I think you need to interview a couple more archers, discreetly, of course, find out their position, whether they were. What bothers me is these bone chewers came from one direction and just seem to appear.
That's where I'm going to kind of enlist you. I think you need to speak to the archers, because I think I'm a little bit too close to the situation.
I could do that.
But
I could do that.
when I really sat back and I'm really thinking about it, none of this happened until my wedding, right? Who were the newcomers that came to my wedding? It was Ember's traveling team. All of a sudden, they come into the city and there's a white dragon, and now there's bone chewers coming from afar.
So you're thinking that the aviary is up to no good.
And obviously the aviary has some sort of mole, some sort of spy, somebody who's gotten to them. Who's to say that that's not Umbra? Who's to say it's not my husband? And who's to say it's not Adric Worksbane?
I relayed the information of the conversation I had with her father. That
Okay.
it's the aviary and he thinks how it's a power play. It's very possible. Being in the military, it's one way, it's one order. I don't see anything out of order with the military at this point.
But I kind of, from the conversation you had with my father, it makes sense. Maybe Samuel is behind all of it.
With the help of Orcsbane too?
Possibly Orcsbane, possibly Umbra,
That-
possibly the outsiders that Ember brought in. There is a whole lot of people that we don't know about.
By the way, none of you have seen the outsiders that came with Ember.
Oh, that's true.
I have
It's
no
like-
way of contacting them.
Well, we do need proof. Staying low.
Staying low, I think, is kind of out of the picture now. I just punched my husband in front of a room full of people and screamed at my father.
No, he had it coming for a long time.
He did.
So, just because of the way he is.
Watch yourself and who you speak to.
I don't speak to anybody outside of our group.
I don't even know if we could trust our group. Maybe the whole thing with Okeanos was just a ploy to get us out, hoping we would die.
Impossible. So, in other words, you don't want me to talk to Orc Spain.
Just be careful with the information you relate at Workspain and how much you trust him. Everybody is under suspicion right now, even people within our own group.
Okay. What about your father? Is he somebody that we can completely trust? Or is he?
Are you asking Sariel or are you asking
Sariel.
Lady Crow?
I'm asking Sariel.
Sariel would say yes, Lady Crow says no.
Oh! Sorry.
Good sound effects. So which answer am I getting? Lady Crow's or Sariel?
If you haven't been able to tell by now, Sashim, two very different people exist in one.
That, I know that.
But currently you have Lady Crow, and Lady Crow is angry.
So in essence, shall we do a spy gathering information mission, just the two of us, without our venturing party to know?
I think that would be the best.
Man, our conversation was lame compared to this.
Huh?
Our conversation is lame compared to this.
Yeah, wow.
It's pretty deep. All right, I'll take that tactic for now.
For now.
For now. Where is a good place? Oh, I'm sorry. If we get information that we can speak in this residence.
Actually, and she's looking around her master bedroom, I don't think I'll be sleeping here. So,
It's a little too frilly anyway, but okay.
well, that, and my husband is a douchebag. So,
I'm not disagreeing. Come on, this is Sashim. She's got to do that.
you were underground.
I'm sorry?
You were in the underground kind of lair in Crow Manor that no one really knows about.
You talk about sewers?
No, wasn't there a place in Crow, like a safety room, a safe room?
Oh, there's like, yeah, there's several. He's got a whole underground compound that runs the length of the estate.
I'm gonna take one of the rooms in that compound and I'll relay her where the room is. That's where I'm gonna be.
If we need to speak further.
Or if you want to visit, have a sleepover, that's where I'm gonna be.
All this time and you're still thinking of sleepovers.
But
Just don't paint the safe room pink.
just remember, Sashim, I'm the only one you could really trust right now. And how comforting is that thought? Okay, so I just start to gather up some stuff, and I'm gonna
Oh,
move down
wait
to
a
the safe
minute.
room.
How do I
Well,
know
before
that I
you
can
go, I actually
completely
do want
trust
to talk
her?
to you while you're on your way.
I've been in the city the entire time. I've been here while everyone else left. You've seen me. We've been together. I was busy building an empire, and look at the heights that I took it. When exactly did I have time to run some sort of spy mission? I barely knew how to get purchase orders out.
Okay.
You cannot believe me all you want.
I believe as much as I have to.
My life is an open book, Sashim. You should know that by now.
I intend to find out more. But I will follow your lead, and I will not tell anybody else.
Good. She starts packing up some of her stuff, and she's moving down to a safe room.
How do you get there? Because if I see you, I want to talk to you.
She's not going to
Okay.
tell you. She would only tell
No,
me.
no, I want to know if you walking out into the main
She has to.
hallway.
She has to.
walk
Yeah.
out the hallway. So I am looking for you. I do want to talk to you.
And the mood in the house right now has gone almost stone quiet.
It's getting very cranky.
It's also very divided. Like the aviary is staying on one side and the city guard are staying on the other. The cooperation that was there initially is not there. Like tensions are starting to run very high. But everyone knows locking down the house is the safest thing to do. So they're trying to sort of work separate yet together type thing. Where are you going to stop Sariel to talk to her? Upstairs or downstairs? Because you were downstairs with Nulara.
I was going to talk to her then, but she walked away upstairs.
Okay.
So I would try to find Steven while they were having their conversations, make sure he's okay.
Okay. Yeah, he's rattled, but he's okay.
Okay. Once I check in with him, I'll wait at the foot of the stairs waiting for her to come down.
Okay.
With New Lara, if that's okay.
Okay.
And as soon as I see her, I'm going to say, we need to talk.
Okay. You're coming down the stairs, and Ember's there waiting for you. Says, we need to talk. Right next to the staircase in the main foyer of the house, you both begin to feel and sort of see a little area of like blurry, glowing, arcane energy, and there's like a very subtle humming, and then it stops, and then standing there, casting position, is Rowena. Oh, hello. What did I miss?
Sariel's kind of glaring at Rowena. If you want to see your fiancé, he did get pretty banged up.
What happened?
Go ask him.
I would do so. Are you okay, love?
No answer. Just glaring.
All right, I'll go see Fergus. Clearly, you need some time to yourself. I'll go see Fergus.
Guess I'm going to go back into whatever room they were in. I'm not going to take them downstairs to the panic safe room.
Okay. So now, if you want to grab her.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, and I think that we need to clear some air. And New Lara and I were talking, and she has a spell that I think could help. It's panic, and it's crazy right now, but I think the 6 of us should meet tomorrow morning in a quiet room, and she's going to cast Zone of Truth, and we're all going to air some grievances.
What is Zone of Truth?
It's a spell that makes you have to only answer in a truthful way. We would cast it to all of us, either in turns or all as a group. Ask questions, air any questions that we have, knowing that we are all willing participants of this truthful thing. You can avoid a question, but you can't lie. You can say, I don't want to answer that.
Okay.
If there's something really personal, but I'm willing to speak any truth that I can, and I hope that you're also willing to do that.
As do I. My life is an open book. You know that.
Yeah, mine too. So
where is your party?
I have not seen them.
You don't think that's suspicious?
I know I haven't seen a lot of people today. I trust those girls with my life the way that I trust you with my life. And if there's... I don't want to think ill of anybody, because for all I know that they died on the Mayor's Island, and I have no idea. So I'm not going to speak ill of anybody until I know more. But you're right. It's something that I'm worried about. It's something that I'm always worried about. And I think that our first step is for the 6 of us to trust each other completely.
Well, until that spell can be cast, I don't think we should really have any more correspondence with each other.
I 100% agree.
Okay. And she leaves
Tomorrow
the room.
morning, what? Dawn? Here?
Tomorrow morning, dawn in this spot. Can you relay it to the rest of the group?
I will.
Okay. And with the same flourish that she left the archer, she leaves the room.
From here, I'm going to see if Tor and Umbra are in earshot. A message distance.
They both are, yeah. Everybody is.
Okay. Then I'm going to pull them in, relay the same message to you. Tomorrow morning, dawn here.
Okay.
For a group meeting.
I guess I'm following Sariel to her safe room.
Okay. And Tor and Umbra both, you get Ember's message in your ear. And Umbra.
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
Perception.
17. Okay. You positioned yourself back at one of those, one of the far windows. It's almost almost like a big bay window.
But I'm on the Avery side, right?
Yeah, you're on the aviary side. The aviary is kind of doing the front part of the house, where the city guard is taking like the rear and the flanks.
Yeah.
And you're looking out. You've got a clear shot of the corner perimeter wall where you are, and you see all the way at the end, just sitting on the perimeter wall, cross-legged, and just staring. It's hard to tell detail from here, but you could almost swear he was grinning. Just sitting on the wall staring at the house, you see a half-orc in sleeveless studded leather armor. The sides of his head are completely shaved, and this seems to be pulled back. in one of those ponytails that like is tied in several sections.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting on the wall staring at the house, just kind of grinning.
Okay. I don't want to raise an alarm, but I want to try to find Samuel. Is he there, like in the area?
Yeah.
In the front of the house or whatever?
Yeah, he's moving around. You could easily
yeah.
get him.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So I don't even really want to say anything to him. I'm hoping that he's perceptive enough that if I, like, turn and give him, like, a very specific kind of, like, determined look, that he knows, like, I need to investigate what she's seeing. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
He needs to walk to me, but without me saying anything out loud.
Mm-hmm. And that happens very much. He's used to that. This is aviary business. He knows how that works. And he makes his way over to you.
So as he approaches the window, I am going to step out and, like, rotate my shoulders so that almost like I'm giving him a line to where he should be looking.
Okay.
Without pointing at it. Yeah.
And he does look, and you see a very all-business look come across his face.
Okay, so he doesn't like what he's saying either.
Yeah, that would be Kragen. Kragen, you know immediately is the head of the Bone Chewers.
Oh.
He is the Samwell of the Bone Chewers.
Okay. So then I'm just gonna look at him like, not bumfuddled, but like almost like annoyed and incredulous. Like, okay, you know him? Like...
He's just toying with us. Keep an eye on him. I don't think he's gonna make a move just yet. He's just playing his games. That's how he does things.
How do you know how he does things?
Kragen and I, we go back a ways. I've come up against the Bone Chewers in the past. He's a vicious bastard, but he enjoys his work, if you know what I mean. We beat them back, but he knows he could have gotten the better of us. He's just reveling in it, and he keeps looking. He's talking to you, but he's looking out the window as he's talking.
Yeah.
And if you look back, Kragen's not moving. He's just sitting there staring at the house.
Yeah. So what stops us from going after him right now?
It's probably what he wants. I think going after him right now would be walking into an ambush.
And we're weekend, but I don't like him sitting there. I mean, you gotta give him a little chin music, push him out.
Do you think you could shoot at him and get very close without hitting him?
Yeah, I mean, I could try.
Would Umber go for it?
Yeah. I mean, are you sure I can't hit him? Yeah, a little scar across his cheeks, something.
Sure. Just try not to make it a deadly hit. Not
Why
yet.
wouldn't you want me to kill him right now, standing here? I go up to a turret, I take the fucker out.
I don't think that's the recommended play. But if you want to shoot to send him a message, I would like to see you work, Black Heron. It's been a while since I've seen your handiwork.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go up and, I want to get out onto the roof, like pretty high up.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're able to get out onto the roof easily.
Yeah.
Make your way up into what would be the attic.
Mm-hmm.
Open up the windows up there, and just you get a very good perch where you can sit and take a shot. Are you going for it?
Yeah, I'm gonna try him.
Roll an attack.
Attack.
Would I be considered hidden from him? Can I roll with advantage?
Make a stealth check.
22. Yeah.
22? Okay.
Okay. Alright, let's see. Let's poison him. Just because I can. Okay. Which way is he sitting? He's like cross-legged or whatever?
He's like cross-legged, like right on the corner of the perimeter
Can
wall.
I see which side his sword is on or anything like that?
Hard to tell. He has like he would have shifted everything to the back because on his sides he wouldn't be able to sit like that on the wall.
Oh,
So he would have shifted everything to like a back mount.
Okay. I'm gonna assume he's right-handed, so right shoulder.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. 19 on the die plus 5.
24.
24. Okay.
The arrow right across his right shoulder. He does a quick look and he's looking around now and he can't quite see where the arrow came from.
I want it to burn.
And he slides over on the other side of the perimeter wall and drops down. But you did see him.
Sam will go up with me, or is he watching from the window?
Oh, he came up with you. He wanted to see this.
Yeah.
Well done, Black Heron.
I was
Well
trained
done.
well by you, but I want to know. You pulled me from nothing. I had no family. You gave me a purpose. I will fight for you always. But you gotta tell me, why is he coming after you?
He sensed weakness. Kragen has never been as business-minded as I have. I learned a long time ago the best way to operate in the city is to find a way to work with them. Make friends with the government. Show yourself you can be useful. Kragan never operated that way. He was always much more bloodthirsty. When the dignitaries and the nobles of the land were killed at my wedding, I had made promises to certain people throughout the realms, my counterparts in other cities, that their nobles would be protected. Well, because of the dragon, I was not able to keep that promise.
Yeah.
Negotiations and favors had to be called in, and I was able to quell all of the hostilities, except for Kragan.
What city does he come from?
Ashhaven.
Ashhaven.
But
So he's here revenging a noble for a city he doesn't care about?
he doesn't give a shit about the noble.
He wants your place here.
He wants Whitebridge. He wants to expand his operation. He's wanted that for a long time. And he finally sensed weakness and decided to make his move.
How many does he have at his disposal? I mean, they came from everywhere. There were swarms of them.
Apparently more than me. I underestimated him.
He's got to have a weakness you know about.
I'm working on that. Once we find it, once we find his weak spot, we're going to hit it as hard as we possibly can.
I want to twist until he cries out for mercy.
And that is why I have you on my team, Black Heron. Yes, Ember?
When you guys are done. Only when you guys are done.
Are we done, or
Okay.
did Ember have more?
No, I think she feels like she's pushed him enough, and she knows that like he's a private person, and she doesn't want to like cross too much.
Okay.
But I just want to end it on like you need to talk to me and keep me in the loop so that I can, to a limit, keep my people informed as to, you know, they're in the dark right now, and it's going to breed hostility towards everyone.
That's what Kragan wants.
And he's winning at
I
that.
know.
He's winning right
I know.
now.
We're going to have to turn this around.
Okay, well, I start with the people that I care about.
Yeah, and with that he rubs the other side of his jaw. He's like, I should probably do the same.
Okay, let's do it.
And Ember?
I'm gonna go to Steven.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say we need to find the girls.
You come around the corner, he wasn't ready. Ah! Well, oh! Hi!
We need to find the girls.
Okay, I don't know where they are, but sure.
They're supposed to be on the mayor's island. I got the mayor and all of those other people out, but that was it.
Do you want me to go?
I think I need you to go with me. Just the two of us. And if I can borrow her broom, if I can borrow New Lara's broom, we can hopefully get across to the mayor's island.
He loads his crossbow. I'm ready when you are.